So today I'm going to show you how to use Claude Code to build an automation that will scrape all of your social media comments and generate video ideas based on those comments. So you don't have to physically go and read through every single comment and try to come up with ideas. It'll do all of that for you. So it's super nice. I do on both my accounts now, and this automation is awesome. This right here is an example that I got, and I have it set to send me an email. So let's check our email real quick. So as you can see right here, I got an email that is showing all the video ideas that it generated for me based on my comments. So it says, so my other account is primarily technology products, so phones and watches and headphones. And so it says Samsung versus iPhone, which phone NASA should have actually taken to space. That's very pressing because that just barely happened. Why does Apple charge $2 for adhesive? Interesting. I tested every iPhone camera ever made in complete darkness. So these are all based on my comments, which is perfect because then I can use these to create videos, and this is awesome. Wow. And I have ones for both accounts, and I have the whole list right here. So I can show you how to set this up. Super easy, but we have to do some groundwork first to get this all set up, and I'll show you how to do that properly. So first thing you want to do, so this looks really complicated, but we're going to go out of this first. So we're going to go here, and you're going to need two apps. So you'll need Google Anti-Gravity. So I'll go in here and just click download. It's free, and you can just download it. Super nice. This is called an IDE, which basically just means you can host Claude Code on it. But so once you have Anti-Gravity installed, it'll open up to something like this. So you're going to need to create a folder. So you can go to your Finder or whatever file manager you have. You hit File. So File, New Folder. I'm going to drop this right in here just so it's a little bit easier. And then you're going to open it from that folder. So this is where you're going to store all of your information and all of that. And so we're starting from ground zero. Yes, we're going to trust the authors. Perfect. Next thing you want to do is you want to go to extensions. You want to download this one called Claude Code for VS Code right here. And this one, I already have it installed, but it'll make you sign into your Claude Code account, and you will need a paid Claude Code account. The $20 a month version works perfectly fine, and that's just what it takes to get access to Claude Code. Perfect. So once you're there, you'll have this and this. So we're going to hit new session right here, and we're going to first create a markdown file. So from here, basically all you're going to do is be chatting. You're just going to be chatting with this agent just like it would be like ChatGPT, but now it's actually going to code things for you and create things. And so it's pretty insane. I have this little app called Whisperflow that you can download. It's super chill. It's free. And it basically means that you can just dictate to it. So you go like this: Claude, can you make me a markdown file? You're going to be my YouTube or my social media content assistant. You're going to be really helpful and help me build out all of my content and automation and build my YouTube empire. Can you make this in a markdown file and make it pretty simple? Okay, so you're gonna send that into Claude, and then now we just let it go. So now it's gonna start building out a file structure right here so that, can you make the markdown file simpler, just like 2 lines in there? So this will go and this tells the Claude every time what the purpose of this file system is. So right here in our markdown file, there we go. It's super simple. Just create our markdown file. From there, I have this whole prompt that will basically make it so it's a super helpful assistant. So basically what you want to do is take this prompt, I'll leave it in the description, you copy it and you paste it into this, and it'll start going super in depth and go over everything you'll need for your social media stuff. So I'm gonna go right here, and I have it saved in here. I'll go there. So it's an executive assistant prompt. Let me open it up, copy that, and you're gonna paste that in here. And I can walk you guys through it, but basically you're gonna hit enter. And this is how we're gonna build out the whole file system so that your Claude Code agent will work super well. So it's gonna ask you for all these commands and stuff, and this means it's just gonna build out these files right in here, and that way we can figure it out. Yes, it's gonna start writing a million different things, start building them out. And this is perfect because you want this file structure so that you can have a place to put everything, and you can track all your automations, and you can gotta build it out into your own little agent. So what this is if you think of like ChatGPT, it has all these files, it has the model, and then it has all these files that it knows about you already if you have a memory feature enabled. This is kind of like the memory feature on steroids. Now it has both memory, but it also can do automations. It can do automations, it can do all sorts of crazy things that will help you with your business. And for me, it's super vital. I'll show you, I have another file system right here in my Octavian, and this one, it has all my stuff. And this thing is amazing. I use it all the time. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna answer all the questions that Claude gave us, and we're gonna start building out this agent. I promise, just follow along, and then I'll get to the actual agent. But you need to set this groundwork because this will make it so you can use all of your agents in one place, and it knows all the stuff about you, and it's super helpful. My name is Ben Kimball. I am a content creator and I make tech review videos for YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. My account is called Custom Adventurist. I'm in the Mountain Standard Time in Utah. In one sentence, what do? I create social media content about phones, watches, and headphones and consumer tech products. My number one priority is building automations and leveraging you as a tool to help me grow my audience and produce more revenue and more views for my business. There's that, pretty simple. Now let's go on to the second part. What are your product services and revenue streams? Here we go. I do not sell any products or services. It's mainly just I create content. My revenue streams are revenue from the platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And we also do get sponsorships and affiliate links. Roughly how much revenue does each generate? We generate on average right now anywhere from 4 to 10K from the platforms each month, and then probably 4 to 10K from sponsorships each month, and then affiliates is probably anywhere from 100 to 500 bucks each month. What tools I use on a daily basis? I use CapCut, I use Notion, I use Gmail, I use vidIQ, I'm trying to think what else. Do you have any MCP servers already connected to Claude Code? We do not have any MCP servers connected already. Awesome. So sending that into Claude, it's just getting to know me and my business so much more. So I encourage you to take your time and fill out these all detailed and honestly, because the more information it has that's more accurate about you, the better it will be for your business. Do you have a team? Yes, I have a team of several people right now. I have Catherine, who's my sponsor manager. I have Sam, who's my editor manager. We have 2 outsourced editors who are from India. And then we also have a guy that helps me build automations. His name's Fred. And then we have another person that helps me create the content and helps me do the sponsored content. His name is Jacob. He's like our content manager. So that's our team. We communicate primarily through messages on iPhones, and then we work heavily through our Notion document. And our biggest pain point with managing our team is, I'm not sure right now. The 3 to 5 things we're most focused on right now is creating more and more content, long form primarily for Ben Kimball AI, and then just trying to build out constant systems where we can create content consistently for each platform. Any deadlines right now? We have a bunch of deadlines in our Notion, but not as of right now. Quarterly goals, not as of right now. And active projects. We have a whole project system in our Notion. That's where we keep all that data. So WhisperFlow is pretty clutch because it's way faster than typing. Now this is more personal. How do you like information presented? Please give me bullet points and short paragraphs. Please make it simple. Don't ever use em dashes. Don't be too formal. You're like my friend. You're on my team. We're working together. I'm not like your master or anything like that. We're pretty equal. And then when we do more public facing things, it's just more professional, if that makes sense. All right, now for our last section, what are the recurring tasks that eat up your time? What would you hand off to an assistant first if you could? Are there any specific workflows you want to automate or templatize? Yes, so recurring tasks is we have lots of content idea generation, getting the content in there, creating the content, just the whole content schedule is kind of a reoccurring task. And so lots of things in there. What would you hand off to an assistant? The first thing you could probably is analytics and also finances and just automations in general to help generate better content ideas and to help grow our audience. Any specific workflows you want to automate or templatize, we can get into that in a minute. So now it has all of this information about me and it knows exactly how to help me because I've been really specific and giving it good details. So it'll rewrite a lot of these files to help better understand me. So we got goals, nothing right now. Actually, never mind. It's still filling out this stuff. Also, if you're wondering how this file system works above, it's basically like you have the files right here, then you have like tabs. Think of it as your browser. So you can just exit out of the tabs. You can always click into them again, it doesn't delete them. So that was hard for me at first, but now it's actually writing about all these things in our file. Oh, here we go. Let's see. It'll request to edit things as well. We're going to approve that. All right, so now it's uploaded our goals and current priorities and me and our team as well. So now it has all this information that it can relay back onto if it has questions to get to know better my business and everything that it helps. Perfect. So what did it say right here? Skills to build, content ideation, content calendar, analytics summary, finance snapshot, sponsorship briefs, video description, caption repurpose. Perfect. So these are all ideas that Claude has come up with that it can help us. And so if any of those seem interesting to you, you can start building that right away. And I encourage you that if you're watching this video to build it with me because that way you're not just watching and you have to figure out later, you just follow along. All right, awesome. So also tips for this. All right, now finally, since we have this whole information system, it knows how to help us. So we also want to create a couple other things real quick. So can you create a env file? So an env file is where you're going to basically store all of your API keys. So API keys are just these little codes that platforms will give you so you can get access to their data. So there's a YouTube data API key that you can get, and when you put it in, there we go. So just add it. So this is where you put your environment. They're called environment variables. And you basically will put your API keys in there so that they're safe. So it stays just in the environment. So Claude Code can access it, but it doesn't get uploaded to cloud when you condense your thing, or if you're trying to to GitHub, it won't push your API keys there. The reason because of that is because these are keys that some of them charge money per time you use them. And so keeping the keys in a place where it won't get pushed out to the broad public for people just to use your API keys. So API keys are pretty simple to get. I'm sure there's a million videos out there explaining how to get your API keys, or you can just even ask Claude. He'll show you how to do it. That's how I figured out how to do all this stuff. But you will need API keys to do this automation. It'll tell you exactly which ones are, but let's build out the automation now. So we're hit planning mode. All right, now we're just gonna explain to Claude what exactly we want. Hey Claude, so here's the deal. I want an automation that will scrape my YouTube comments and help generate video ideas based on those comments, if that makes sense. So I want you to look at probably my last 20 to 30 videos and scrape all of those comments and figure out which video ideas will be the best based on how many times people are requesting it and just the idea strength, and then send me that in an email. So now it has the basis of this automation that it's gonna build. This is what's so great about Claude Code is you can literally build out automations just like this. It's super easy. You literally just tell it what you want. You gotta be pretty specific if you want a good result, but then after that, it'll just kind of write it for you. So right now it's building out this automation for me, and I just need to hit accept on all of these things. It's really crazy because I know nothing about coding, but figuring this out has been super easy, and it's so impactful for my business. So super helpful. So now it's going through all these files and it's gonna start building out these things, and we're in plan mode still, so it's kind of researching all through my stuff. But eventually it'll give me a list of probably API keys and things it needs access to give me good results. So we'll wait for that. As Claude sees, he's building from scratch because we're building it from ground up. Perfect. If you guys have more questions about any of this automation stuff, Claude Code, Claude Cowork, whatever you have questions about, leave it in the comments. I love to help respond. And I might even show you guys how to set up a bot that will respond to comments for you. So I don't know if I'll have it set up by the time I post this video, so I probably will have to read them myself, but yes. One thing that I feel like some creators don't actually mention as well is if you're using anti-gravity, for example, there's also a built-in agent that's really similar to Claude Code, has other things that it's probably better or worse at, that's powered by Gemini Pro, that you can basically do the exact same things that Claude Code will do. So Claude Code is definitely a little more beginner friendly, I will say, because it can run commands and do things a little bit easier, where this one will be, you gotta do it for me. But if you run out of tokens in your Claude coding, you can always go to the agent that comes with anti-gravity and still do stuff. And I think if you really want, you can download the Codex app, which is OpenAI's coding system like this, and you could also do that as well. So there should be no excuse to run out of tokens because they're all pretty similar models. The Claude Code is definitely the best of it, but they all kind of do the same thing. They're all working this IDE, working on these file systems. So we're gonna exit out of that. Looks like this is our plan. Let's check what the plan says. Wants an automation that scrapes comments from his last 20 to 30 YouTube videos using AI to identify and rank videos. That looks perfect. I'm not going to check everything because it's a lot, but we're going to hit auto accept, and now we're going to start building this automation. So now we're out of plan mode. It'll take you out automatically, and now it's starting to build out these things. It'll probably need some information, and we'll have to give that to it. But like I was saying, eventually you probably will run out of credits if you're doing this for a long time. I guess it depends on how you set it up, but if you're doing Cowork at all, you'll definitely cook through your credits. And so I definitely recommend trying out the other agents as well. I'd say that the one other agent that comes with anti-gravity, it's a lot better at front end stuff. So what I've been doing is I've been having this Claude Code, build out kind of the back end automation style things. And then the front end, I've been building a dashboard that I can host all these automations on and run them 24/7. And that design of the front end has been a lot better on that agent so far. That's what I've seen so far. Super simple stuff, but now let's wait for it. So now it's requesting all of the information for me. So it's the YouTube channel ID, Anthropic API key, Gmail sender address, and Gmail app password, and Gmail recipient address. So I'm not going to go through exactly how to fill in all of this information. It's pretty simple. It kind of tells you right here, go to Google Cloud Console, enable YouTube data API key, create an API key. So if you want to know, here's the thing is I don't want to expose my API keys and then have to delete them. It's kind of obnoxious. So literally just go through these one by one and ask Claude exactly how to do it, and he'll walk you through exactly what it's like to put in these API keys. So I'm going to put mine in real quick so that it has this information, and then I'll show you after that, and then it'll be done. All right, perfect. So I just added all of my APIs into my environment file, and I just added the API and information in Claude. I just added all of the APIs and all that information that you need for it. It might be in a different format than you requested, but please go in there in the environment file and take a look at that and clean it up for me. All right, just cleaned up my env file. Now we're gonna say, Claude, can you run the automation? All right, now it's hitting a bash command right here. So basically all it's doing is it has this code script that basically will take this data from that API information, scrape it, and then generate the video ideas based on that information. So seems kind of complicated, and believe me, I'm not a coder. I don't know what the frick is going on, but I was able to figure this out pretty quickly and easily. So if I can do it, you can very well do it. So right now it's just running through the automation, and then after that, we'll just set it to run on a schedule, and then you're done. So I will talk about some caveats here is your computer will need to be on always for this to run properly. So there's a couple options. You can either just leave your computer on, or you have it and it stays on, but it's in like sleep mode still. You could get an external computer like a Mac Mini, or where you could run all these automations from. That's what I'm setting up right now. It's not fully set up. Or you can also get a VPS, which is like virtual private server that you can run all these automations from. And those are like anywhere from $5 to $10 a month to run automations like this. Also pretty easy to set up. I won't go into it in this video, but you can set them up pretty easily so that you can run all these automations without any problem. Right now, I just have mine set up on my computer, and I have my computer set to not turn off, and so it'll just go. But you will need to have a computer on at all times for it to run these automations. If you have more questions about that, leave them in the comments. I love to help out in any way possible. I'm also looking at building probably like a free school community where I can host all of these, where I can keep all of this information and give you as many free resources as possible. I really want to just be as helpful as I can. The reality is I make content every single day. It's my job. My second account, or my first account, Custom Adventurous, we have whatever 500,000 followers on TikTok, 300K on YouTube, and we're growing our team significantly, and I'm trying to leverage AI as much as I possibly can to grow this account and then also this one you're watching. So these are the top 5 most requested video ideas. We got 17 Pro Max versus S26 full camera test. All right. 17 versus S26 night mode, moon test. So it looks like a lot of Apple versus Samsung, which is right up the alley of my whole entire comment section. And then we want to send it to my email. Yes, send it to me. And that's when you get an email just like the one I showed you at the beginning, like this. You can, sometimes the format of the email does not come out right, and you just basically work with Claude and be like, hey, look, this doesn't look right. I need you to fix this. Just like that, it sent me the email, and I have all the comment ideas just like that. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I'll leave all the things that you guys need for this video in the description, and be sure to comment more ideas or things that I should do so the automation can do it for you. Thank you guys.